Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for education and technology only. So in the past more than 1 week, since we all have to stay home, I have chat with many of our Wing Chun friends and traditional martial art friends more than usual because we all stay home. And questions always raised up in all this conversation is about techniques. And then it's about Wing Chun is just 3 techniques, which is Tan Bong Fuk. And some even mention the movie The Grandmaster, and while inside there it does say that Wing Chun is 3 techniques. This is the Tan Bong Fuk techniques. So that's movie. Now this is an issue because many of our friends ask me that, well, Hendrik, is that true that Wing Chun is just 3 techniques? It's just Tan Bong Fuk, and it's just that everything is derived from Tan Bong Fuk. Well, this is movie, okay? And I don't want to say it is yes or no, but I can tell you what is the ancient is about. What is the ancient traditional Chinese martial art? What is the ancient 1850s Wing Chun is about. As for what is in the movie, is that true that Wing Chun is just Tan Bong Fuk or the 1960s platform? You know, I am not into that because my study is in the 1850s platform Wing Chun, so I have no comment on this thing. However, I can share with you what is the ancient Chinese martial arts or ancient Wing Chun is about. Now let's look into what is techniques. Okay, what is techniques? So what is techniques? Now we need to define and we need to clearly understand of what is techniques. Otherwise, we are like in the movie of the Ronnie Dangerfield Back to School. No, I watched this movie when I was in college, 1983 something. Ronnie Dangerfield inside the classroom asking the professor, so what is a widget? So the same thing. What is the techniques? You say Tan Bong Fuk is a techniques. So what is the techniques? Okay. Now let's look into the ancient Wing Chun or ancient Shaolin martial arts. Fighting is a dynamic, full accelerated impulse momentum exchange. We like it or not, it is this. Fighting is a dynamic, full accelerated impulse momentum exchange. Well, as I brought out and I addressed in my book Wing Chun Matrix on the Shaolin Sword Strike writing or Shaolin Sword Strike Canon 1784. This is the evidence. Tell us that it is a dynamic, full accelerated impulse momentum exchange. All this note here and the drawing here, like the shoot in, your hand has to be really dense here, and then how the left hand, right hand, and how you shoot in, how you handle your opponent. This is not a technique. This is a momentum, impulse momentum play. Okay? So that is what happened in the ancient traditional Chinese martial art of Shaolin, and that, you know, the 1850s Wing Chun belongs to this. Okay? It based on this Shaolin sword strike. It is a dynamic, full accelerated impulse momentum exchange type of art. That is the 1850s Wing Chun. Now, to support the dynamic impulse momentum exchange handling, things is very, very specific. Okay, so I don't invent anything, I don't create anything, I just present you what is the common denominator of the ancient 1850 Wing Chun which is based on the Shaolin short strike and based on general Qi Guang. They are the same, having the same platform or common denominator. It is about dynamic impulse momentum exchange handling, and thing is extremely specific because this thing is a technology. This thing is not a movie. So the first thing is one need to know the 6 core element. Okay, because 6 core element is the basic element of human in dynamic. One need to know this. It is the basic elements of human in dynamic. So namely the 6 core element, the physical body, the mind, the breathing, the energy, the strength, the momentum. Okay, which is I described this clearly here if you want to know all the details. Now this is the 6 core element. And every element associated with a group of techniques. How to handle this physical body, you need techniques. How to handle mind, you need techniques. How to handle breathing, you need techniques. How to handle energy, you need techniques. How to handle Jing, you need techniques. How to handle momentum, you need a group of techniques. And there's so many techniques. So if we just say techniques, it's like it's like the people will ask like Ronnie Danjo here there. So what is a widget? Okay, so now we need to be very specific. So when you talk about techniques, what is those techniques about? Is that belong to the physical body, belong to the breathing, and what does that techniques do? What is the result you want to get? What is the techniques is for? So every element associated with a group of techniques. Okay, this is the very fundamental, because if we don't know the basic elements of the handle of the human and don't in dynamic, if we don't know the basic elements of human in dynamics and how to handle this basic, well, it is a disaster. We really don't know what it is. Okay, because it's basic. Now, every activity associated with a group of handling techniques. So as in the Wing Chun Inception, now we have this H model, and every activity, either one want to do recovery, warm up, cool down, condition of the body, fighting, Xing Qi, nurture Qi, these 7 balls and forceful handling, impulse momentum handling, full accelerate into impulse momentum handling. Are you in the anaerobic, aerobic, or qigong, and a different heart rate zone? Every one of this activity associated with a group of handling techniques. You want to handle your deep lower abs breathing, you need techniques. But that techniques is for the handling of the lower abdomen or the deep, natural deep breathing. That techniques is not the techniques of the full accelerated impulse momentum handling. Even though those lower abs breathing techniques support the full accelerated impulse momentum handling, which is fighting, but it is different. Okay, at one we need to keep apple and pear and banana are different. We cannot just say, well, techniques, everything is techniques. So what is the techniques? Okay, so all of this, okay, you want to develop your breathing, you need techniques. You want to be able to handle your body, like the basic handling of using your body, handling of the force or the strength, you need techniques. You want to do Qi Shao, you need techniques, and that techniques is different than these techniques. Okay, and then if you want to start to do sparring, which is the impulse momentum handling, you need the techniques of handle the 4 biomechanics handles. The techniques how to train this, how to align that, how to time that. Yes, time, and how to sequence this thing. Okay. So you need a comprehensive body handling mechanics where you can kneel down, You can knee down, you can stand up, you can jump, you can hop, you can do everything. You need all those mechanics, and you need techniques, a group of techniques, to be able to handle that, to solve the problem. Techniques is for solving problem. And then when you get into this sparring and this real fighting, you need to have all different types of impulse momentum handling in different fighting zone, like the long distance, the close body, the waist level of the takedown, and then the ground level. You need all those different techniques, but there are momentum techniques. Okay. And then if you want to develop your your biomechanics, your breathing, your aerobic, which is the VO2 max, the endurance, and the lactic, improve your lactic threshold. You need breathing techniques and all sort of techniques. So this is everything. Now let's put everything into perspective. What are we trying to do? Okay, what are we trying to do here? You want to do Qi Sao is different than doing this. You want to do Qi Gong is different than doing Qi Sao. And then they all come associated with a group of different handling techniques. And then whatever we want to do here, it associates with the basic element of human in dynamics. It associates with this. So at every of this activity, one need to be able to answer the questions. So how are you going to handle the physical body? How are you going to handle the mind, the breathing, the energy, the strength, and the momentum? How? And those things are techniques. So this is the reality of the ancient traditional Chinese martial art of Shaolin. Disregard of style. Okay, we are human. Okay, it is like that. For past at least 450 years in General Qi Guang, it is that way. And the Wing Chun 1850 is like that. So we are not just saying like in this back to school movie, it is a widget. So what is widget? We know exactly, accurately, precisely what is that widget or what is the techniques for. Okay, so that's what the ancient is or based on or have the technology. That's what the ancient do, and what they have and what they develop. So that's what it is. So I hope you see what is the ancient do. As for this, I have no comment, because this is a movie. This might be some other people's platform of Wing Chun. So I don't know. So I don't comment on that. But as what is the ancient is about, or the 1850s Wing Chun, this is the reality. This is the reality, if you put into today's language. So I hope that this clear up and answer the questions for many of our friends who are asking me the same questions. Is Wing Chun it's just 3 techniques, Tan Bong Fo, and then all this sort of this type of questions.